What's up, locker room? Locker room. All I know is what a weekend I had. Let me give it to you. Friday night we did the dinner at the University of Miami. The alumni dinner. That's where we all come together, all the alumni and the 2026 football team for the University of Miami. Full team will be in 2027, which is 2026 season, national champs. We were spending some good time that Friday night at dinner. Of course, we had Jonathan Vilma because last year I spoke. Each year at the alumni dinner, one of the big boys speak. Ray Lewis, me, Ed Reed, Jonathan Vilma spoke Friday, did a great job. Talked about the responsibility on all levels. The responsibility of the fans and the people to do what you have to do to make sure you give everything you have to give to get this team to a championship. Talk to all of the players what's required to get to a championship. And then he spoke to each alum, everybody that wore the pads and took the hits and delivered the hits before the young men that were there today and their responsibility, our responsibility to the now generation. How important it is to be right there to make sure all that we have accumulated over all of these years we give to our brothers. That's what the brotherhood is all about. He spoke so well. I know them guys felt it. Then I got a chance, move around and talk to some of the guys, all the guys, man, and talk to my QB. I told my QB, I said, you Moses now. I told you guys that I called him Moses. I've been thinking about that, though. I don't know if I should have called him Moses. Because Moses, as I said, Moses delivered the people out of bondage. He took them across the desert. But Moses never walked them into the promised land. Now, the promised land is the championship. So I thought to myself later on after calling DM our Moses that maybe I misspoke. It started with Cam Ward and then Carson Beck. I want to dub those the Moses of our time. But young DM, Mensah has to be the Joshua of our time. The new leader that took over from Moses. That walked the people into the promised land. See, Moses brought them across the desert, got them right on the doorstep. But when God told him to smite the rock, he smoked the rock, he smite the rock, and for that his punishment was he was not going to walk into the promised land. But Joshua took him into the promised land. So Minshew now has to be our Joshua. I'm a Cam Ward and Carson Beck. Together they were our Joseph. They were our Moses, They were our Moses. They brought us across the water. But this, and they spoke this in church today, he said, when God said to Joshua, as I was with Moses, I shall be with you. But what I did, I'm going to do what I did with you like I did with Moses, but I'm going to do it a different way than I did it with Moses with you. And you think about it, Carson Beck was a great quarterback and played in the pocket, everything. Joshua is the next level. He's going to be able to play those things, but he also has those legs to run that ball and make some plays. I love him. Love him already. Met his mom. Great. Boy, this is going to be a hell of a year, y'all. And then Saturday we had the scrimmage. I kind of sat back. I didn't want to be in the middle of it all, you know, and just kind of watch it. And I can't wait, guys. I'm telling you, I cannot wait for the season to start. And it's so funny. The night at the dinner, I was with Carol Scofer sitting at her table, you know, to the facilities named after. I love her. It's my girl, Carol. Carol, I love you, Carol. You're my girl. It's just good people. And we were talking about the indoor facility and how it came about and why did they make at the time the biggest donation for the U, how much she loves the U, and that's why it makes me love her so much and all of that stuff, man. It was just a great time. And then she looked at me and she said, it just ended so fast. I was like, we really went all the way last year. But she was saying, it's over already, and we're already waiting on it to start again. So it was a great weekend from that standpoint. So to all my U peeps, I just wanted to report on that and let you know, we are about to make it. We're about to make it do what it do, baby. Make it do what it do. And let's tell you too. I talked to Malachi. I want to say this, man. I'm going to tell you what I told Malachi. I love this young dude. I mean, Malachi is the younger, better 2.0, 3.0 version of Michael Irvin. All the way around. I told him this. I said, man, Mally, you going to live like I live. I said, listen, most guys coming in college, coming to school, man, and, you know, and maybe they get 3-4 great years out of it. I get 40 or 50. You know why? Because I locked horns right here in front of the family, right here in front of all the people that saw me walking around a snotty-nosed boy. Now they see me a grown-ass man. And I'm going to be here for the next 40 or 50 years, not just the 4 years or the 3 years I play in Miami. I'm still going to be a part of Miami long after. Mally is perfect for this, man. I told him this, man. Watch him. Look around how well he is, how great he treats everybody. Everybody. I'm like that. I try to be right with everybody. I never make what I do, playing the game of football, bigger than who I am. God gave me a platform. Now let me try to help people and make people understand everybody's important. And I try to be that. And I so see that in him. He's so humble. And I say 2.0, possibly 3.0 because of this. I was nowhere near as mature in a true adult at 18, 19 years old, like Malachi Toney is. I couldn't even fathom being that mature, that smart, that steady. It's not even conceivable for me. Hell, tell you the truth, there was no way I could have been as mature as Malachi then. I'm still questioning if I'm as mature as Malachi Toney right now. That's how perfect he is for this position. And that's why I didn't say Michael Irvin 2.0. He's better than that. He's like a Michael Irvin 3.0, 4.0. I mean, this dude is perfect for this position. Perfect for this spot. God gave us one when he gave us Malachi Toney. That's the next Michael Irvin. That's Michael Irvin, though. 3.0. That's what I'm telling y'all, man. We're going to have a great season, y'all. I'm looking forward to it.